Hey guys, today's play a game of Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars, Director's Cut. So this is a remastered version of Broken Sword, game point-click adventure game from 1996 originally. Yeah, this one came out in 2010, so this remaster came out, yeah, maybe about 14, 15 years later. Yeah, I haven't played any of the Broken Sword series so far, have heard about it, so, you know, I like point-click adventure games, so let's go ahead and check this one out.
Paris. City of love, romance, and dreams. So they say. I used to say it too. But ever since that day,
Paris.
day of the murder,
Never been there.
I've
Of course,
always
always wanted to go,
my
but
beloved Paris
didn't have a chance to go yet.
with death.
Too many places to visit in the world. Revolution. Nice animation here at the beginning.
I was at home having a bath when my editor called.
Collard, get your ass over to the Palais Royal now. You got an interview. With Pierre Carchon. Yes, the Pierre Carchon. No photos, so leave your gear at home. He asked for you personally. Don't ask me why. Anyhow, this could be big, so if he makes a pass, don't forget. Just smile, say yes, and keep taking notes.
So charming and so very apt. Pierre Carchon was a media king, a national hero, and one of the most infamous adulterers in Europe. He and his wife Imelda were just one step down from royalty. Whoa, I hate mimes, but unless you humor them, they don't go away. Here I was, the palace of the Media King and the Ice Queen. I pressed the doorbell and set in motion a chain of events which would change my life forever.
Yes? What is it?
Madame, my name is Nico Collard. I'm here to see Monsieur Carchon.
Come up, we're on the first floor.
Madame Carchon, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I'm sure.
The Ice Queen was certainly living up to her reputation. Will you be staying for the interview?
Mademoiselle, I know little of my husband's business affairs, and I care even less. I certainly have no intention of watching him pore over yet another pretty little journalist.
Pretty. You're too kind, madame.
Whoa. What's going on?
The talented and very beautiful Mademoiselle Collard. Such a pleasure to meet you at last.
Monsieur Carchon, I am honored.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
Call me Pierre, please. But I do not flatter you idly. I was a friend of your father. He was a great man.
My father, he never mentioned.
He and I were very close. And then his death. So tragic. I must... Imelda, your damned cat's in my study again. Another Ming vase, I suppose. Excuse me for one moment, my dear girl.
You journalists are getting younger each year.
Perhaps it's the rest of the world getting older, madame. That was no cat. My God, what? Monsieur Carchon!
Damn, this mime. The mime is the main culprit.
He's dead. I must call the police.
You'd better stay here.
There was a man. It was the mime. Do you think he...
Well, I believe we can rule out suicide, don't you?
No wonder they called her the Ice Queen. She would have been top of my list of suspects if I hadn't seen the attacker myself. And if I hadn't come across a couple of murders just like this already. One of the most important men in Europe murdered. And here was I, Nico Coulard, alone at the scene of the crime. Should I wait for the cops? Or start my own investigation? It was a no-brainer.
Alright, so here goes the beginning of the game. It's another murder mystery thing. You got to do a lot of investigations. I really like the animated, like, hand-drawn 2D style of this game. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I mean, it's kind of like an evolution of what LucasArts did. Actually, I really like LucasArts 2D animations as well. Secret of Monkey Island, Sam & Max, Full Throttle. Those kind of games have beautiful animations as well. So a lot of point-click adventure games were beautifully animated in the 90s, I would say.
A bust of Pierre Cauchon, humble servant of La France.
Especially starting the mid-90s. Yeah.
The bookcase was filled with obscure first edition. Mimes and guns don't usually go together, but I had an idea that this was no ordinary mime. I'd come across this murderer before and written about him.
Costume killer.
The costume killer. At least that's what I called him. I closed his eyes. It was the least I could do for the poor fellow. Some people hate searching corpses for clues. Me, I'm okay with it. Carchon had been shot.
Obviously.
In his pocket, I found a ticket stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. Taking the ticket meant I tampered with the evidence. There was no going back now. Carchon had been...
Okay. Pretty obvious he had been shot. Let's take that.
It was one of my hair clips. My favorite, in fact. It must have fallen when I was knocked down.
Okay, that's my inventory. Interview. Okay. I did tamper with the scene of the crime.
Pierre Carchon again. His eyes seemed to foot. A small round piece of glass had been cut out of the pane. This was a professional job. The killer must have used a ladder to reach the window. He was long gone. Guess he folded that ladder up, popped it in his pocket and took it with him.
Foldable ladder? Must be pretty sturdy ladder then.
I didn't want to cut myself and leave blood on the glass. Call me old-fashioned, but I like to keep my DNA to myself.
Oh, okay.
The police could turn up at any minute. Somewhere there were clues to the murder.
Okay, let's try here.
The door was locked.
Locked.
A medieval pageant. Original. The tapestry must... I reckoned that cloth might just turn up.
Take the cloth.
Even my fingernail wouldn't fit into such a small hole.
Okay.
It was a tube of acrylic. Just the color I was after.
I'm sorry, I have to go.
Young lady, what are you doing? Oh, this paint.
For God's sake, keep the damn stuff. Imelda had talent, but I certainly wasn't.
Wealthy
Excuse me,
Parisian socialite.
Yes?
I am so sorry for your loss, madame.
No, you're not. You're a journalist. Journalists don't feel sorry.
Not true.
We shall see.
How did your husband know my...
I have no idea.
You didn't know him? Thierry...
Pierre knew a lot of people I didn't know, most of them women.
Why would a mime want to kill your husband?
Pierre had plenty of enemies. Half the husbands in Paris for a start.
Why did your husband send for me? What did he want to discuss?
I have no idea. His business was his business.
He never told you anything.
No, and frankly I preferred it that way. This is quite a scoop for you. I suppose you're already inventing the headlines.
Just because I am a journalist.
Don't patronize me. You're all cut from the same cloth. Do you have any moral sense at all?
Yes, that's why I do this job.
You do it to see your name in print.
As if. My editor gets the byline, I just...
Well, don't expect my sim.
The police will be here soon, but is there anybody you would like me to contact?
No, I have no family. Pierre and I were... He was all I had, really. Not much, was it? The dutiful wife. That was my role. He never talked, never let me in.
I know one thing, madame.
What?
If you want to find out who killed your husband, then you let me do the job, not the police.
Why? How do I know I can trust you?
Your husband invited me
I can
here
be
today
good or
because
evil,
he
huh?
needed me. I think he knew somebody wanted to kill him, and he knew I could help.
I doubt it was your database he was after.
You're wrong. I was onto his killers already, I am sure of it. Please, you owe it to him.
I don't know.
All I need is a few more minutes to look around before the police come.
You really do have a moral sense, don't you? I trust so few people. And perhaps Pierre really did think that you could help. Of course it wouldn't have stopped him seducing you too. Here, take this. It's the key to the drawing room next to the library at the end of the hall. It was Pierre's room. I rarely went in there. I couldn't. I was too scared of what I might find.
Thank you. I promise you won't regret this.
Okay, gain their trust. So there's like two options to be good and bad, I guess.
I thought of leaving, but was sure there was no one I needed to... Madame Cachon,
Please call me Imelda. We hardly need the formalities now.
did Monsieur Cachon...
No.
Okay.
I was sure that there was... a magnificent...
Let's go here.
The door was locked.
Key.
Now we were getting somewhere. The painting showed the Cachons together, in love. As the poet said, what did I read that? There was the very faintest... Behind the picture was a safe. The safe was...
Oh, I need the key for it, of course.
This wasn't the time for me to lie, though it is very popular at parties, especially with gay guys. As expected, the desk was yet the blotter and in tray had clearly been... My heart skipped a beat. It had been made by my father. I knew for certain because in my apartment I had its exact twin, carved into a box he had made. So Cauchon had known my father. They really must have been friends. I decided to take the carved elephant. It clearly meant nothing to Imelda.
Okay.
I didn't need a sheet of blotting. I didn't want to take the tray, but I didn't want to take the... I didn't want to take...
Carved elephant, cloth. Man, what does this all mean?
Locked. Not surprising.
Okay.
It didn't work, but...
Need the key for that safe. Really, I only got from this with the elephant. Okay. Yeah, nothing I can do there. I need the key for that and key for that, so not much I can do.
A bust of Pierre.
Don't know what else I can do, actually. I think I checked everywhere else. Time to go.
I thought of leaving, but...
So there's still more to find, but what?
It was a boat ticket stamped Bateau de la... When I was a little girl, Papa...
Did you find...
This carving. Do you know anything?
It was Pierre's. What does the statue have to do with...
Please,
He was given it by a friend. So
He never explained.
no. But I think it was important to him. Always on display. Why?
It was carved by my father.
Oh, I see. I didn't know.
Just one thing. I know this is going to sound strange, but did your husband ever mention... Did he ever talk to you about a penguin? Or a snowman?
What? I don't understand.
He never mentioned people dressed up as penguins.
Nico, I don't know what you're talking. My dear, you should go before the police arrive. I am grateful that you...
Please, Cole had misjudged her. She had From the sound of it, no one and nothing was... Maybe I should have interrogated the cat up.
The cat. Alright, let's go.
I thought of leaving.
What? So there's still more that didn't somehow?
Imelda, but I...
What did I not look at already? I looked at everything already. Yeah, what else is there? Come on.
The killer?
Yep. I don't know what else is there though. I checked everything. That needs a key. What's this?
I didn't need the lights.
Okay. Sofa didn't do anything here.
This wasn't the time for me to lie. No, it...
Okay, what else is there?
I didn't want to take the tray.
Use it. Okay, for what?
It was one of my hair clips. The cloth was embroidered with the tube of paint from Imelda. It was the drawer. It was the beautiful...
Maybe you can use the hairpin to pick the lock? Maybe make it into a lockpick? Nope. She doesn't know.
Locked.
Check this again.
The safe's lock was too secure for me to pick.
Nope, that doesn't work. So yeah, I can't use the hairpin to lockpick anything. Okay, nope. Yep, well, I guess I'll just stop here for now. But this is Broken Sword. It is a point-click adventure game, another one of the murder mystery ones. I do like the art style of this game. I think it's pretty cool, and the full voice acting with the animations and stuff I think is pretty neat. So, yeah, overall pretty decent point-click adventure game, I guess, and you get to play as a female, which is not actually that common in a lot of these adventure games. So, that's pretty cool as well. So thanks for watching, guys. Broken Sword, the remastered version, director's cut.